Listen up, losers. This is the Fake Podcast hosted by HIVE Analytics, Episode 3. In this episode, we'll cover automotive thought leaders.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
My name is Kat Vanstra. I am the Business Development Manager for HIVE Analytics, and I'm a very pretty boy. I'm joined today by George Lawton, our Operations Director, and James Kurtenbach, our Founder, CEO. And yeah, let's do this thing. We ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so honestly, we're blessed. There are many people dispensing knowledge all over the automotive community right now, and they seem to have superhuman energy. They're doing a lot of traveling. There might be a few other podcasts out there, and they're gallivanting across the country, and they're enlightening people left, right, and center, right? So, what's coming up next? We're going to provide some guidance. We're going to try and cut through the clutter and organize what is important to focus on and who we're focusing on. So, in the larger automotive context, what do we have going on, James?
So, as ridiculous as we look right now, I think we just take a moment. We absolutely love the content these guys put out. So we're going to highlight some of, they're always kind of evaluating the industry. So we're going to take a moment and evaluate them. All right. We're going to turn the camera on them. We're going to put some fake beards on. We're also going to coin some terms that we think will trend for our friends in automotive too. So I think we have a fake poll. I think we got some good content for everybody. We're just going to kind of take a little comic relief now and just kind of reflect on our industry and the people within it.
Yeah.
And we'll have a good time about it. So
yeah, and there are, you guys may not know, the listeners to our podcast, but there's thousands of people voting right now on the fake poll for who has the best flow, best lettuce in automotive. And I'm hearing the results are in. We just got another ballot.
We tried to time this right where it would finish.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, it literally just finished. The votes are in. Let's go to the polls. Let's see.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Here's who we're highlighting today. We got so we're gonna throw out our first kind of trending thing that we're trying to do. So Paul and Kyle, the Automotive guys, also known as the Flat Bill Mafia. So if we can all join together in the automotive community and coin that term, hashtag it, all that good stuff. We got Steve Greenfield, David Kane, Brian Pash, and you mentioned earlier, Kat, gallivanting across the country. Pash, I don't think the guy sleeps. He was literally in Germany. I don't know how he does that. He speaks, different languages and able to do that.
He is a professional gallivanter.
He's a professional gallivanter, yeah. Having some wine all over the world. And then it wouldn't be kind of a hair contest without Steve, from our friend Steve at Drive Centric. We love Steve. He's an evangelist just like us. He's trying to give people good insights and good information to make us better people and make us better automotive professionals. So, it wouldn't be without Steve. So I think the results are in, right?
They're
okay.
In.
They're in.
Cool. So we're going to go to the results, and that unnecessary kind of switching of screens. We're actually going to get to the way thing. Yeah. Wow. What do we think, guys?
It looks like we've got a bit of an upset here.
We got an upset.
There's a lot of strong candidates on the ballot to beat out. It looks like Steve Greenfield came in the number one vote category.
Yes.
We do have some really strong beard game from the guys at Automotive, Kyle and Paul, but they show up at the bottom of the polls, probably because they're covering up their hair with those beautiful flat bill hats.
It's not a beard contest. It's a lettuce contest.
Okay.
Flat Bill Mafia getting snubbed.
Yeah.
Criminal.
Yeah, definitely.
It's criminal.
So Steve, no hair at the top. This just speaks to the wise nature of everybody that's submitting to the fake podcast. Even though he does not have hair, this guy, second term we're going to try to coin here is Professor X. Professor X for Steve Greenfield. This guy's unbelievable. He predicts the future basically. And I love reading his stuff. Sometimes I have to read it twice because I'm not smart enough to follow this guy. Let me slow down and read that again.
Yeah, get your thesaurus out.
Yeah, maybe have a spreadsheet keeping track of the things he's talking about, and then maybe have MSN, NBC looking at the stock ticker of what he's talking about, stuff like that too. Extremely smart guy. We're blessed to have him in our industry. Has an awesome background. So just wants to celebrate Professor X there for a minute, number one. So
Well
we shouldn't
done,
be
Professor
surprised.
X.
Well, I don't know about all this. I'm fully aware that this is a fake poll, but this is also must be rigged. How Steve Ressler does not win Best Lettuce in this contest is astonishing to me. And people may not know, but there is actually a fake magazine cover of Steve floating around the internet. You can download on the link below.
Yeah,
you can download that.
We got to show that off.
And it is a great magazine cover of Steve, and we encourage you to download that and hopefully frame it and get it up in your office somewhere.
What's the title of that fake magazine?
Ingenious.
Ingenious. Yes.
Ingenious.
It's the fake drive-centric publication that they've recently started circulating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah.
Really good. All right, next we got David Kane, one of the nicest guys in the industry for sure. From Kentucky, just dispenses knowledge all over the place. Really good guy, great set of hair for sure. I mean, everybody loves a nice white hair, like very trustworthy, awesome. But luckily he backs it up with some great insights. He's been teaching us for years and years. Awesome background too. Has OEM experience, dealership experience, all sorts of good stuff that he brings to the table. Next in line, no list like this would not be complete without Brian Pash. Brian is, we've bantered many times, him and I, about philosophical things, so I really appreciate his insights and everything. I think the biggest thing we can thank Brian for is the standardization of GA4, right? So this is super exciting things for the people that, like us, that like to try to make sense of data. So his contributions to the industry is pretty incredible, actually.
Yeah.
Brian, shout out, man. You got a great set of hair too. I just, while we're at it, I'm jealous of it, quite frankly. So.
Yeah, for sure. Who else is not on this poll that we might want to talk about? Because I have a feeling there's at least one, if not a few.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a list of our friends too, right?
Yeah, we might be a little biased.
People that have given us good insights, kind of in professional capacity, but I think one that's not on this one is Andrew Gordon. Yeah. Also a great set of, great hair. Just a great handsome fella.
Phenomenal hair.
I mean, much like Steve Greenfield when he talked to Andrew Gordon, you're like, gosh, I just wish I was smarter than I am right now. So it's just a great guy. He's kind of invested in our success at HIVE. I think he likes what we're doing.
Shout out to him too for coming by at Digital Dealer and just being there for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
So really good dude. Didn't make the list on the hair because much like Andrew Gordon is in person, just kind of flies under the radar. Everybody knows he's smarter than everybody else and just a great dude. So did not put him on the hair contest. And then we have Kyle and Paul. Sorry you're on the bottom of the list. I am a graduate of Brand as Gravity from Paul Daly. Like, production value on that was top notch. But what do we think of these guys?
I mean, I've had the pleasure of actually going to Nasadu, their first one in Philly. And that was a production, and no one does it quite like them. Like, they just get people excited. And what I really appreciate from them is, the automotive community can be kind of doom and gloom sometime, but they're always, looking for that silver lining. And,
Love that.
They might be a competing podcast and competing with their beards, but they're good guys. They really are.
They've got very strong beards, but I don't know if anybody can really compete with these. To be frank, these are pretty good beards.
I don't know if anybody wants to either.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
I
next time we have a contest for best beard, I can safely assume they're going to be at top of the list. By the way, they have a wonderful daily newsletter that you can subscribe to as well that offers great insights on the automotive industry.
So.
They need to have a segment in there. Where do you get all these memes? Like, how is that possible?
Yeah, they have probably the strongest GIF, I don't know how we say it, but GIF memes. Yeah, they're incredible. I enjoy consuming those on a daily basis. So.
All right, should we close this out because these are getting a little uncomfortable?
Yeah, my ears hurt.
So
all right.
What do we want to talk about next? We want to.
I have a reminder for everyone. Just a reminder to vote for your favorite 40, slightly over 40 personality in automotive, and in the spirit of talking about our favorite people. Please nominate your maybe graying friends.
Yeah, and if you've been paying attention to other episodes, what does the data tell us? And right now, the data tells us we are the fastest growing automotive content on the web.
By far.
By far.
So you can...
Absolutely crushing it. And I I think we got some people to thank for that, especially our older family members, like asking them to subscribe and like and stuff like that. I mean, that's how it all gets started. But we're having a fun time doing this. Hopefully you're getting some good insights outside of this episode. But yeah. What else? Anything else to close? Got some votes to do for 40, slightly over 40.
Got some votes.
And also, if you still respect us at all, we'd love to have you on a demo, show you what we're doing with Hive Analytics, and it'll change your life, I promise.
It will. And George, I got to send it over to you. You got to remind the people what they got to do if they want to be part of this podcast.
Yeah, well, if you want to be part of this podcast or have a question, please send in your questions using the link below. Send in your questions, and we'll send you a package with a sticker and a hat, Hive branded. This is the actual hat.
This is the actual hat.
Pretty slick gear right there. Nice swag you got on.
Flat Bill Mafia-esque.
Hashtag Flat Bill Mafia. Yeah, please send in your questions, and send in your nominees for 40 over, top 40, just over 40, and we'll make sure they get the recognition they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you. So this has been episode number 3 of the Fake Podcast by Hive Analytics on our favorite thought leaders. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.